Welcome! This is Brent.
Hey guys, it's Kyle.
And it's Matt.
And producer Natalie.
And we have got a very special episode for you this week.
Oh, Kyle. Oh, it's a good one.
I met Matthew Burnside for the first time my very first night working at NerdMeld as an intern. We ended up staying after the show for like 3 hours talking about bands and video games.
Oh, come on, we can do this. We can do this.
And since that conversation never stopped, at some point we decided to put microphones in front of us and turn it into a podcast and just continue not making money.
The internet is basically a bucket filled with coagulated blood and hateful opinions.
We're just a little ladle of sunshine falling into that bucket of hate.
I am producer Natalie. I produce This Is Rad.
Natalie is great, and I think that she's probably the best person ever.
She's like a sexy Yoda. She's lies, but like also hot.
We record our show at the studio at Meltdown Comics, which is also where they do a bunch of the Nerdist podcasts. So it's fun. It's a nice little space.
I've run an open mic there for about 5 years now, and it's kind of my pride and joy. And I love now that I go up after the open mic and we do the podcast in the studio upstairs.
The coolest thing for me has been people who have found me on Twitter and be like, hey, I also love this thing. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And I've spent hours just going back and forth with people who dig the podcast.
I really love interacting with the fans on Twitter. It really brightens my day to read the nice things people write to us.
I just like people saying positive things and smiling.
I've had fans like send press pennies to Meltdown. It's kind of awesome, but it's just really sweet to know that people are listening and really liking what we're doing.
If I had to pick some favorite episodes, I'd be like maybe the Animorphs one, just because it's the most beautiful thing I've ever been a part of.
The ska one, because what's happier than ska?
And probably when I lost my D&D virginity on the podcast and played Dungeons & Dragons for the first time.
That was good. Look, it's not the Star Wars, but we're having fun.